Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? The day is finally here. Disney Plus, the new monster in the streaming world, has arrived, and I know that we are all looking forward to it for different reasons. Um, Myself, being a huge Star Wars fan, have been looking forward at the launch, knowing that we were going to be getting this new Mandalorian series. Couldn't wait for it. My expectations were through the roof, considering the people who were involved. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, two Star Wars fanatics. Filoni, obviously, being the creator of the Clone Wars. So I just felt like this show was in the right hands, and yeah, I couldn't absolutely wait for this thing. I just had a good feeling. The trailers leading up to it, I had a good feeling about this one. So now that I've seen the first episode, which has been released, I'd like to talk about it with you guys. So let's get right into it. So right off the bat, generally speaking, I will say that this show, this first episode at least, was absolutely phenomenal. I think it was just flawless. This is the Star Wars that I have been looking for, been waiting for since Disney has owned this thing. Not to say that I haven't enjoyed some of the films. They just some of a couple of them are not so good in my opinion. Some of them are pretty good, but we haven't had anything great yet, and nothing that has blown my socks off to say. Um, and so I was just hoping that this show, I was hoping that it could do that. And this first episode definitely blew me away. I mean, in the 40 minutes that what they accomplished, I mean, everything, the character of the Mandalorian is so badass, very reminiscent, of course, I mean, if you don't know much about the canon, very reminiscent of the character of Boba Fett. Just a badass, cool, suave, not really saying much, but he has some cool one-liners, and whenever he speaks with actions, not with words, with his gun. That's just really cool in my opinion to see this. I mean, it's this show is basically, you can already tell it's a western. It just plays like a western. Pretty much to just put it into some context, the show is a western. Um, this it's absolutely incredible. The action sequences, the tone, the aesthetic, the cinematography, the score, everything is just hitting the right points. It's just absolutely incredible. I mean, some of the Easter eggs, I mean, just some jaw dropping moments already. Just like, oh, that I remember this or I remember that, and you know what the cool thing is, that it doesn't alienate. If you're not, if this could be, I mean, this could be the first time people are gonna be seeing Star Wars, and it's only a bonus if you're a Star Wars fan if you get those moments. It's not like it's not a knock. It's not like you can't enjoy the show if you're not a Star Wars fan. That's the way that I see it, at least. So I think that's pretty cool. Um, yeah, this show is just absolutely phenomenal. The pacing of it, everything. I love the way the action sequences are shot. I already said that, but just couldn't be more proud of. You know what? You know what's one thing that I was noticing as I was watching it is just you can tell that the people who made this, as I'd already mentioned, Filoni and Favreau, you can tell, you can see the knowledge, the passion that these people have about Star Wars. It plays out. You can see it play out on the screen in every frame. The attention to detail that these guys took. I mean, think of the pressure of this show. Like I said, there's probably a lot of people who got this. They wanted to see, wanted to watch, some of the old animated Disney movies or the Marvel movies or something else. But this show is going to give the opportunity for people who don't watch Star Wars. This is going to be their first time seeing it, and you want to come in, you want to come in hard. You want to come in, with your best foot forward. And I think that they did that here. I think a lot of people are going to be are going to be, we could potentially see a whole new generation of Star Wars fans just based off of this show. If it continues to play out, now I don't want to you know, it's just been one episode, but I mean, in all honesty, if I'm being completely honest with you, there's no reason to believe that this show won't, kind of play out in the same way that, this first episode was. I mean, it's off to a great start. It's going to be hard for me to believe that Filoni and Favreau are just going to, that this series is going to, turn out to be crap. I mean, the way that they set up, speaking of which, here's another thing I want to credit them for. So if you haven't seen, this is a big spoiler for at the end of the episode. If you haven't seen the first episode, come back and finish this video whenever you have seen it. But what I think was a smart play here was, the creature when he reaches his mission, the Mandalorian, and he finds his target. and it looks like Yoda. It's the same creature as Yoda, and someone who I was watching it with, they're like, "That's Yoda," and I was like, in my head, I don't want to interrupt. I was like, "Oh, this kind of takes place after Yoda had already passed." Blah blah blah. But that's what I'm saying. I think that's a good way to get people interested. Everybody knows who Yoda is, whether you've seen all the Star Wars movies or you've seen none of them. You know who Yoda is. He's a very one of the most iconic characters in this franchise. So, when people see him at the end, like, oh, I know him, he's a little green guy, or something like that, I think that's going to get a lot of casual fans, people who aren't Star Wars fanatics. I think that's going to keep them, at least interested, maybe willing to give the show a second chance. I think that was a good play on their part. And I thought it was really cool. I was wondering what it was going to be. I feel like when they were saying the character is 50 years old or something like that, or you can tell that whoever the Mandalorian was going to come across, or whatever he was going to come across, was going to be something a little bit unexpected, something that was going to definitely be a little bit interesting, and it really was to see. It's not Yoda, but like a little baby Yoda, basically. That was really cool. That was really cool to see. Wonder where it's gonna go from here. A nice tie-in to this, a really nice tie-in, and a good little cliffhanger for the first episode, I think. So yeah, those are basically my thoughts on the Mandalorian. Believe it's called Chapter One, or could be wrong. I'll figure it out. But yeah, the first episode, off to a great start. Can't wait to see more of it. And if you've seen this, what did you guys think about it? And also, I will be posting weekly reviews of each episode as they are released. So if you are watching along with me, please stay tuned in to that. And also, I will be doing various other movie reviews, and probably, well, Disney Plus, they have a lot of new original content, so I'm going to be reviewing that as well. So if you're interested in that, if you liked what I had to say, please consider liking the video, sharing it, subscribing, commenting, all that good stuff. There's definitely be a lot more content coming your way from my channel. So thank you so much for watching, and yeah, see you next time.